past sentence.
Well, I'd just like to say, my lad, I've got a family, wife and 6 children. And I hope very much that you don't take away my freedom because, well, freedom is a state much prized within the realm of civilised society. It's a bond wherewith the savage man may charm the outward hatchments of his soul and soothe the troubled breast of a magnitude of quiet. It is a most precious and blessed balm, the saviour of princes, the harbinger of happiness, yea, the pith and very stuff of all we hold most dear. What frees a prisoner in his lonely chained cell within the bondage of rude walls, far from the owl of Thebes? What fires and stirs the woodcocks, and dispringe and wakes the stormy, drowsy apricot betides? What goddess does the storm-tossed mariner offer her most prayers to freedom, freedom, freedom?
So you bloody parking offence.
Sorry I'm late, lad, but I couldn't find a kosher car park. Don't bother to recap, I'll just pick it up as we go along. Call Mrs. Fiona Lewis.
Call Mrs. Fiona Lewis.
Call Mrs. Fiona Lewis.
I swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so anyway, I said to myself, they can't afford better than what here's mean for a start. The feathers get up your nose, and I ask you, 4 and 6 a pound, and what him with a wooden leg? Anyway, it was a white really much the amount surprised, of course they bought everything on the hire purchase. I think you ought to see the bed where they came from, and you've got to be cruel to be kind. So Mrs. Harris said, she said, the dear crab, she said, well, her sister's gone to Rhodesia, what with their wound and all, her youngsters things are falling, Captain, and the goldfish, they've got the Yupin cock to keep spitting water over the bread beans, well they do, don't they? I mean, you can't, can you? I mean, they're not even married or anything, they're not even divorced. And he's in the KGB, if you ask me. He says he's a tree surgeon, but I don't like the sound of his liver. All squeaking and banging till the small out. I've been none has been much better since you had a head on. I said, don't you talk me out, that is what I said.
No further questions, lad?
Mr. Bond, I fail to see the relevance of your last witness.
My next witness will explain that if my lordship will allow. I call the late Arthur Aldridge.
Call the late Arthur Aldridge.
Call the late Arthur Aldridge.
Then that Arthur Aldrich?
Yes, my lord.
Mr. Bond, do you think there's any relevance in questioning the deceased?
I beg your pardon, my lord?
Well, I mean, the witness is dead.
Yes, my lord. Well, virtually, my lord.
He's not completely dead.
No, he's not completely dead, my lord. No, but he's not at all well.
But if he's not dead, what's he doing in the coffin?
Oh, it's purely a precaution, my lord. If I may continue. Mr. Aldridge, you are a stockbroker of corner Union and Nelson Streets, Hāwera. Mr. Aldridge.
What was that knock?
It means yes, my lord. 1 knock for yes and 2 knocks for no, if I may continue. Mr. Aldridge, would it be fair to say that you are not at all well? In fact, Mr. Aldridge, not to put too fine a point on it, would you be prepared to say that you are, as it were, what is generally known as, in a manner of speaking, dead? Mr. Aldridge, I put it to you that you are dead. Aha!
Where's all this leading us?
That will become apparent in 1 moment, my lord. Mr. Aldridge, are you merely considering the question, or are you just dead? I think I'd better take a look, my lord. No further questions, my lord?
What do you mean, no further questions? You can't just come and dump a dead body in my courtroom and say, no further questions. I demand an explanation.
There are no easy answers in this case, my lord.
I think you haven't got the slightest idea what this case is all about.
My lord, the strange, damnable, no most diabolical threads of this extraordinary tangled web of intrigue will shortly, my lord, reveal a plot so fiendish, so infernal, so heinous, that...
Mr. Barton, your client has already pleaded guilty to a parking offence.
Parking offence, schmarking offence, my lord. We must leave no stone unturned. Call Cardinal Richelieu.
Call Cardinal Richelieu.
Call Cardinal character witness, my lad.
Hello, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here, you know. I just love your country. Hāwera is so beautiful this time of year.
You are Cardinal Aaron Duplice de Richelieu, First Minister of Louis XIII.
Wait.
Cardinal, would it be fair to say that you not only built up the centralized monarchy in France, but also perpetuated the religious schism in Europe?
That is what they say.
Did you persecute the Huguenots?
Wait.
And did you take even sterner measures against the great Catholic nobles who made common cause with foreign foes in defense of their feudal independence?
I sure did that thing.
Cardinal, are you acquainted with the defendant, Harold Larch?
Since I was so high.
Speaking as a cardinal of the Roman Catholic Church, as First Minister of Louis XIII, and as one of the modern architects of the modern world already, would you say that Harold Larch was a man of good character?
Listen, Harry is a very wonderful human being.
Mulder, in view of the impeccable nature of this character witness, may I plead for clemency?
But it's only 30 shillings.
Not so fast. I have a few questions I'd like to ask Cardinal so-called Richelieu.
Sit down, Mr. Bartlett. Your witness.
Bonjour.
So-called Cardinal, I put it to you that you died in December 1642.
That is correct.
Aha! You fell for my little trap.
Curse you. You are too clever for us naughty people.
And furthermore, I suggest that you are none other than Ron Higgins, professional Cardinal Richelieu impersonator.
It's a fair call.
Don't talk to the audience.
My life, you're clever. It's certainly taking me in.
All in a day's work.
With a brilliant mind like yours, you could be something else than a counsellor.
Yes.
What?
If I were not before the bar, something else I'd like to be. If I were not before the bar, a window cleaner me. With a rub-a-dub-dub and a scrub-a-dub-dub and a rub-a-dub all day long. With a rub-a-dub-dub and a scrub-a-dub-dub, I'd sing this merry song.
If she were not before the bar, something else she'd like to be. If she were not before the bar, a window cleaner she. With a rub-a-dub-dub and a scrub-a-dub-dub and a rub-a-dub all day long. With a rub-a-dub-dub and a scrub-a-dub-dub, we'd sing this merry song. Hey!
I were not a barrister, something else I'd like to be. If I were not a barrister, an engine driver me. With a top, 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 and a top, 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 and a top, 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 and a top, top.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, my lord.
How do you find the defendant? 2 words. First word, stream, stream.
Point. Belt.
Tie,
Cravat. Zeus square.
Not.
no! Second word, 2 syllables. First syllable, bird.
Swimmer.
Breaststroke.
Ron Opie.
No, he's a diver.
David London.
No, don't be silly. How can someone be not Daniel Logar?
Fish. Fish weed. Fish weed.
Fish breathe.
Fish breathe. Throat.
Fish breathe. Throat. Gill. Not gill. Oh, not gill.
Drink.
Sip. Imbibe.
Not gill. Cap. Not gill cap. You have been found not gill cap of the charges before you, and you may leave the court a free man.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Don't call me Michael in court. Right, it's my turn.
Forward. Eric and Joel, son of Hrothgar, brother of Hengor, the elder of the house of
Eric and
Thorvald
Joel,
Nordvison,
son of Hrothgar,
son of Gudley,
brother of Hengor,
half-brother
the
of
elder of the house
Thorvald,
of
the
Thorvald
priest of
Nordvison,
Lochwater,
the son of Gudley,
the
half-brother
mother
of
of
Thorvald,
Thorvald Braggett,
the
the
priest of
slayer of
Joseph
Gudmund
Water,
the Powerful,
the
the
wife
new
of Ray,
Powell, son of
mother of
Theodore,
Thorvald Braggett,
son of Eric,
the
from
slave of
Belfast,
Gudmund the
son of
Powerful,
Arnold,
the
Powell,
Powell,
son of Harkin,
Theodore,
who killed
son of
York,
Eric
son of
Valdez,
Norway,
son of
over
Alfred
Gudrun.
Grizzlebeard, son of Harkin, who killed Bjorn in Schlossendale in Norway over Gudrid.
You Harold, son of Gernot, son of Eric the Founding, son of Harold,
You are Eric and Joel, son of Hrothgar, brother of Hengor.
Get on with it.
Will you please raise your right hand?
He obviously can't rise his right hand. Can you rise your right leg, Mr. Njol?
Can you raise any part of your body, Mr. Njol? Oh, well, we'll skip that. Can you please just take the book in your hand without raising any part of your body? Oh,
What is it now?
I can't hold the Bible, my lad.
Oh, well, screw the Bible. Let's get on with the bleeding trial. Superintendent Lufthauser, will you please read the charge?
Is the charge strictly necessary, my lord?
The press are here.
Oh, sorry. Right, here we go. You are hereby charged, 1, that you did, on or about 1126 AD, conspire to lead a horde of bloodthirsty Vikings on a reign of terror and looting and pillaging. 2, that you were willfully and persistently a foreigner. 3, that you conspired to do things not normally considered illegal. 4, that you were caught in possession of an offensive weapon. This, the big brown table down at the police station.
The big brown table down at the police station?
It's the best we could find, my lord. And 5, altogether now,
Assaulting a police officer.
Call Police Constable Pan Am.
Call Police Constable Pan Am.
Call Police Constable Pan.
Into the witness box, Constable. There'll be plenty of time for that later on. Now, you are Police Constable Pan Am.
No, I don't know that to leave into my body. Certainly not. Sorry, yes, I am.
Police Constable, do you recognise the defendant?
No, never seen him before in my life. Yes, sorry, yes, he's the one. He done it. Recognise her anywhere. Sorry, Super, sorry.
Constable, will you please tell the court in your own words what happened?
Right, yes. Right. I was proceeding in a northerly direction up Waihee Road when I saw the deceased standing in an upstairs window, bearing her bosom at the general public. She took off her hat. Wait a minute. Wrong story. Sorry, Super. Oh, yes, here we are. Oh, yes. Yes. There were these 3 nuns in a railway compartment, and the ticket inspector says to one of them, oh, no. Anyway, I clearly saw the deceased.
Defendant.
Defendant. Sorry, Super. Sorry. I clearly saw the defendant doing whatever it was he's accused of, red-handed, when kicked. Oh, caution, sorry, yes. It's a fair copy, said. I've done it. Right, no doubt about that. Then, bound as he was to the chair, he assaulted myself and 3 police officers while bouncing around the cell. The end. For my next piece of evidence.
I think you'd better leave it there, Constable.
Excellent evidence, Constable. Oh, thank you very much. Now then, Mr. Njol, will you please tell the court where you were on the night of 1126 AD?
Where was it? I've got it down here. I was never going to talk about it. I can't do the government. I should have never looked at it. I wasn't okay. But that's the syndrome for it. I tried to understand there. But I can't for him. Very close to that. But then just another. Where is the car? Where is the big man?
Case dismissed.
Case dismissed, my lad.
Oh, all right. 5 years.
Thank you, my lad.
Call the next case, please.
Call Mr. Michael Norman Randall.
Call Mr. Michael Norman Randall.
Call Mr. Michael Norman
Normal Randall.
Do you want to say yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Michael Normal Randall, you are charged with the murder of Arthur Reginald Webster, Charles Patrick Trumpington, Marcel Angus Bernstein, Lewis Anon Rudd, John Malcolm Kerr, Nigel Sinclair Roberts, Norman Arthur Potter, Felicity Jane Stone, Jean-Paul René, Rachel Shirley Donalds, Stephen J. Greenblatt, Karl Heinz Muller, Belinda Ann Buckhawk, Juan Carlos Fernandez, Thor Othel Stengard, Lord Kimberley of Pretoria, Lady Kimberley of Pretoria, the Right Honourable Nigel Walmsley Kimberley, Robert Henry Noonan, and Felix James Bennett on or about the morning of the 19th of December, 1972. Have you anything to say?
Yes. I did the lot. I killed them all and guilty of sin.
How do you plead?
Oh, not guilty.
Very good, very good.
Sorry I'm late again. Don't bother about recapping. I'll just pick it up as we go along.
Yes.
Mr. Randall, I put it to you that you murdered these people.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Randall, I suggest to you that you murdered these people.
Yes, that's right, yes.
I think the court will find, Mr. Randall, that you murdered these people.
Yes, I did.
Isn't it true, Mr. Randall, that you murdered these people?
Well, yes, I
Did you or did you not murder these people?
Oh, yes.
Answer the question.
Oh, yes,
yes or no?
Yes.
Aha!
Now, Councillor, may I remind you that you are the Minister for the Defence?
No further questions, my lord.
Counsel for the prosecution, your witness.
No questions for that.
Well, Mr. Randall, have you anything to say before I pass sentence?
Yes, sir. I'm very sorry.
Very sorry?
Oh, yes. It was a very bad thing to have done, and I'm really very ashamed of myself. I can only say that it won't happen again. To have murdered so many people in such a short space of time is really awful, and I'm very, very, very sorry that I did it. And that I've taken up so much of the court's valuable time listening to the sordid details of these senseless killings of mine. I would particularly like to say a very personal and sincere sorry to you, my lord, for my appalling behaviour leading up to and throughout this trial. I'd also like to say sorry to the police for putting you through the literally hours of work you've had to collecting evidence and identifying corpses and so forth. You know, I think sometimes we ought to realise the dangerous and often difficult work involved in tracking down violent criminals like myself. And I'd just like them to know that their fine work is at least appreciated by me.
No, we were just doing our job.
That's good of you to say, but I know what you've been through.
Oh, we've had worse. In fact, it was plain sailing, apart from the arrest.
I know, and I'm grateful. I'd also like to say sorry to the prosecuting counsel for dragging you in here morning after morning in such wonderful weather.
Well, I would have had to come in anyway.
Good. But still, it was what a presentation of the case.
Thank you.
No, not at all. It was a privilege to watch you in action. I never had a chance.
Oh, yes, you did.
Not after that summing up. Great.
Thank you.
And now I must come to the jury. What can I say? I've dragged you in here day after day, keeping you away from your homes, your jobs, your loved ones, all just to hear the private details of my petty atrocities.
No, it was all very interesting.
Oh, but you could have had a much nicer case.
Murder's much more fun.
Oh, yes, and so many of them.
Excellent.
We've had a terrific time.
I'm sorry. I'm very moved. And so, my love, it only remains for you to pass the most savage sentence on me that the law can provide.
Well, not necessarily.
Oh no, my love. The full penalty of the law is scarcely sufficient. I insist I must be made an example of.
Well, yes And no, I mean society at large.
Oh, no, my lad, not with mass murder.
But in this case, don't you think?
Yes. Oh, but you've got to give me life.
No.
Well, 10 years at least.
10 years?
5 then, be fair.
No, I'm giving you 3 months.
Oh, 3 months, that's so embarrassing. I won't hear of it. Give me 6, please.
Well, all right. 6 months.
Thank you, my lad.
But suspended.
Oh, no.
Hooray! 3 cheers for the defendant! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! For
He's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny, which nobody can deny. For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, and so say all of us.
Oh,